During his 42-year career at Amherst, Coach Dave Hixon compiled a remarkable record of 826 and 293 and led the Mammoths to the NCAA Division III National Championship in 2007 and 2013. Under his guidance, Amherst reached the NCAA Division III tournament 20 times and reached the national quarterfinals 10 times and the national semifinals 7 times. Coach Hixon has been inducted into the New England Basketball Hall of Fame, and in 2023, he became the first NCAA Division III coach to be inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Additionally, the floor at Amherst LaFranc Gymnasium is now named Hixon Court in his honor. Dave Hixon, Amherst, and inductee into the class of 2024 of the Small College Basketball Hall of Fame.
Please welcome to the stage 2024 Hall of Fame inductee from Amherst, Dave Hixon.
You know, you young guys don't understand this, but when you get older, you have to make adjustments, like wearing glasses, and I couldn't find where to put them. So it did remind me of a story, though. Late in my career, I went into the eye doctor's office and for my usual appointment, and he left, and he came back, and he said, "Coach," he said, "things aren't good. Your eyes are getting worse. As a matter of fact," he said, "if they get any worse, you're going to have to consider refereeing." My apologies to any referees in the audience. I'd just like to say thank you to the Small College Basketball Hall of Fame for this tremendous honor. Thank you, John McCarthy, in particular, for his selfless work to bring the small college experience into light for the wonderful thing that it is. Without John McCarthy's efforts, this doesn't happen. So thank you, John. Small college basketball, or in my case, Division III basketball, is and still a very special place to play or coach. I've always thought of us all, coaches and players alike, playing or coaching at this level is simply for the love of the game. Think about it. We don't get the glamour of primetime television and all the perks that the D1 guys get, but our guys practice and play as hard as anyone, all for the love of the game. I'd like to thank all my former assistants, my mentors, so many have passed on, fans, fellow coaches, supporters, and naturally all the players that have allowed me to coach them for 42 years. And of course, my wife, Mandy, she's here tonight. She's also a Hall of Fame coach in her sport of diving. For your love and support through the years. And our two boys, Matthew and Michael, who survived 2 winter sport coaches and have gone on to do great things and make us both so very proud. When I decided to stay at Amherst, which is sort of a typical non-scholarship, full 4-year, very academic, small college situation, it was for the love of the game. 42 years later, I look back and it's clear that we did build something really special. A family of over 4 decades of players and coaches who all stayed connected and continually give back to the next generation of players and coaches. When you have the one and dones and the constant carousel of players transferring today, it's hard to build a program like that. When I started at Amherst, we weren't allowed to play any postseason tournament. In my first 17 years, we weren't allowed to go to the NCAAs, if you can imagine that. And then it changed. And so the year they announced that we could go to the NCAAs, we had a terrific year, and we got paired up against one of our fellow league opponents, Colby College, and we were fortunate enough to win. We're still playing within our league. We still don't know how good we are on the national level. We found out in a hurry. Our next opponent was a Division III juggernaut, and having never gone to the NCAAs, we didn't know how we'd stack up against the very best in the country. We went down to play Franklin or Marshall, to play against one of the very best programs in the country, coached by one of the very best coaches in the country, one of the inductees tonight, Glenn Robinson. I look at his records, his team, and his program, and I realized we were playing the best, one of the gold standards. Coach Robinson's team that year was 26-1, and their only loss was to Princeton, which is a Division I program, and they were excellent. We probably only win 1 or 2 times out of 10, but that night was our night, and we pulled off a hard-fought victory. It was then that I knew that we belonged with the very best in our division in the country. We went on to win 2 national championships and went to 7 Final Fours. Coach Popovich of the San Antonio Spurs said during his 2023 enshrinement acceptance speech into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, and I quote, "Guys like Coach Hixon are my idols. That's real basketball," end quote. He didn't need to say that, but he said it because D3, small college basketball, and all that it entails was at his roots and resonated with him and remains special to him. One of my former players, Ben Kaplan, has written and recently released a book called Pipeline to the Pros. You should really read it, Pipeline to the Pros. In that book, he describes how former small college players are filling the multiple roles in the NBA, from GMs to coaches, assistant coaches, and all sorts of front office positions at a growing rate. Small college players are being hired because of their tireless work ethic and their unrivaled love of the game. In closing, I urge all you players out there to cherish every minute that you get to play this great game. It's really special at our level. It creates bonds and friendships that last a lifetime. It requires a genuine love of the game day in and day out. And when you finish playing, take the time to give back to the game. It's the greatest game there is. I personally have been so blessed in life and in basketball. So go out, set goals, work hard to reach them, and you too will be blessed. I promise you. Thank you.